and welcome back to Weird Dough, the show where we're going to make every recipe in Kim Joy from the Great British Bake Off's cookbook.
Weird Dough, Episode 5.
Today, we are going to do a recipe from her book from the section called Little Bakes. And we're going to do the first recipe, which is a little scary, macarons. We're gonna try it. The weather is perfect today. It is not humid at all, so hopefully ours go really good. Here you can see all the different kinds of macarons that she makes, and they're all super adorable. But today, what we're gonna make are these little yellow kitty cats. In addition to the macaron cookies themselves, we also have to make something to fill the cookie. Today, we're choosing to make this dark ganache for macarons. So to make Kim Joy's macaron recipe, we had to get a couple of things that we didn't already have in the kitchen, but only 2 this time, so really not that many. So 1, Kim Joy says we need castor sugar, which is a super fine granulated sugar. So they didn't have anything at the grocery store actually called castor sugar. But I got this Domino sugar, and it's a super fine crystal. So hopefully this is fine enough. Kim Joy's recipe calls for finely ground and sifted almonds. Now, I couldn't find at the grocery store finely ground almonds, so I Googled it, and online it says almond flour and finely ground almonds are pretty much the same thing, but when you get almond flour, it's ground more finely. This was $13.99, and that's it. So we just needed these 2 things. Everything else is just a regular ingredient that you should probably have at home. Okay, so let's get started. The first thing that we're gonna do is we're going to prep our trays. So Kim Joy says to line them with either baking paper or a silicone mat. So we have silicone mats for our trays, but only this one has the macaron outline. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take some baking paper, make our own little template here to put under our silicone baking mats so that this way we're sure everything is evenly sized. We're just gonna go around the cup, kind of like you would in elementary school. They can be pretty close together, I think, because I don't think they rise out like a chocolate chip cookie, just up, hopefully. Here's one, maybe 3 times 4, so that's 12. Kim Joy says here that it makes about 20 macarons. Now, I don't know if that means 20 sides or 20 sandwiches. So we're gonna prep 3 baking trays, and hopefully that is enough to pipe all of the macarons that the batter makes. So we have our trays, they're all ready to go, prepped. Very important. The first step to making the batter is to sift our almond and our confectioner sugar together into a large bowl. So we have our almond flour here, and we're just gonna sift it using this. Oh, it looks like snow. A good pro tip is to bang it against your hand a little, and it helps it go a little quicker. So same thing, we just take the confectioner sugar and sift, 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 sift. Now this really looks like snow, so pretty. We're gonna set our sifted dry ingredients, here they are. We're gonna set them to the side, and we're gonna separate our eggs. We need 1.5 ounces or 40 grams of egg whites. So we have this handy digital scale. In the past, we've tried to scoop and measure egg whites into like a tablespoon, and it really doesn't work out. So we're just gonna measure it straight into the bowl, right from the egg itself. Here we go. So to separate an egg, you take the egg, you crack it, and you go back and forth, and don't let any of the yolk in. Ooh. 1 egg is about 32 grams of egg white. That's a lot more than I thought it was gonna be. So let's try to get it to 40 without going over. Oh. Use your fingers. 40, that's 40 grams of egg white. We did it! Save the eggs for the dog, as usual. We have our dry ingredients here. We have our 40 grams of egg whites here. We're just gonna mix the dry ingredients together just a little bit, and then we add our 40 grams of egg whites and mix it till it becomes a paste. It doesn't look like that much egg white, so let's make sure we get it all in there. It is very dry. Let's just keep going, because it'll probably just takes a second. It's starting to come together like a paste. I think this is a moment to use your hands. Get in there with your hands a little. It's super sticky. It's definitely a paste, so that's good. A nice paste. Get it off your fingers using your other fingers. That's a pro tip. Now, this part is going to be a little bit tricky. What we need to do is we need to melt our sugar to 239 degrees Fahrenheit while simultaneously whipping our egg whites into soft peaks. Here's the challenge. I do not have a stand mixer, so we are gonna do it with our hands. Now, I took our thermometer and I clipped it on the pan, so it's upright, so we should be able to see the temperature. This is a big fingers crossed moment. This is something here at Weird Dough. This is a new experience for us. So we are gonna try using the things that we have here in our home to make this macaron recipe. Here we go. We're gonna put in our caster sugar, finely ground sugar, and we're gonna put in this water. Kim Joy says till the sugar starts to dissolve and it bubbles, and it's 239 degrees Fahrenheit. At the same time, we put our egg whites in this bowl. Oh my gosh, you guys, this is really intense. I feel like this is super intense. Okay, and we start mixing them. We never stop. You start and you just never stop. We're gonna start on low. Everything's happening at once. Let's check the temperature. 142. We got a soft peak going, you guys. I'm afraid our peaks are getting too stiff. 239. Here we go. Now, what you do is you pour it on the edge. Beat till they're really stiff. So I don't know if this is right. It's kind of thin. But we have done it for 3 to 5 minutes on high, and the sides of the bowl are cool, so we're gonna try it. We're going to use a spatula to fold our meringue into our almond mixture. Looks like a marshmallow. Just hope it's right. Well, we won't know till it comes out. Let's stop guessing and just hope for the best. And now we're gonna just fold it together. Whatever air we got into our egg whites, we don't want it to come out. So you don't wanna mix it, over mix it. I will say it's very sticky. It's super sticky. This could be perfect, and I don't even know. Kim Joy does say that you will not get it right on the first try. So, considering we're starting out with a few obstacles, as usual, fingers crossed. This is what it looks like right now, mixed together. Hopefully that's good. Since we're making the kitty cats, Kim Joy says to do 4 tablespoons separated into 2. So 2 tablespoons, 2 tablespoons. 1 pink, 1 brown, the rest is all yellow. Let's taste it. Yeah, tastes good. Okay, that looks pretty brown. Pink. This is called lemon yellow. Pretty. Looks like a lemon, all right. Okay, so now we put our 3 different colors of macaron into our piping bags. Kim Joy does say that she uses a tipped piping bag for the main yellow, but we're just gonna try to do it this way without the tip because we don't have a disposable bag that will fit with the tip. So let's give it a try. We're gonna use our tried and true method that we use for everything, the scoop and scrape. We have a lot, so we're gonna use this big spoon. Scoop it. Oh my goodness. Scrape it in. Here they all are. Now Kim Joy says to pipe your circle at a 90-degree angle. So that's this. So just, ooh, it's coming out. So I guess from straight down. This is working out nicely. So what she says is it's supposed to spread and the tip is supposed to sink in. So it's not supposed to have a little puffed up tip, which that's happening. So that's great. Great news. Great news. Okay, so now we're gonna make the tails and ears. So what Kim Joy says to do is when you have a little bit left, take your large tipped bag, slide it in to another bag, and cut a small tip at the end. So this way it doesn't come out as rapidly and you can do the detail. Tail, ears, perfect. So now what we do, okay, what do we do? Now what we do is we take our sheet of macarons and we're gonna bang it on a flat surface 3 times so that all the air bubbles come up and we can pop them. So you can see here how some air bubbles have formed. We're gonna just take a little toothpick and just pop any of the biggest air bubbles we see. Kim Joy says it's satisfying and she's right, as usual. All right, Very satisfying. Air bubble popping. Now we leave them for 1 to 2 hours till they get a skin. 1 to 2 hours, we'll be back. It has been about an hour. So what Kim Joy says they should be is you can put your finger on them, pick it up, and nothing will come off. So if you do that, nothing comes off. Now that we have them at this stage, we're gonna pipe on our tails and our ears and eyes. We're gonna do our tails first. So here we go. You just do a little whoop, whoop. Very cute. I like the tails. It's a fun little front-back addition. Next, we're gonna use the brown and we're just gonna make some eyes. She does all different kinds of eyes. Little upside down eyes, a little like angry eyes, open eyes. Here we go. Cute. I like the sleepy eyes. Very tired. Okay, now we gotta do the pink. Dog treat time. Now for this, we're gonna do some noses, inside of the ears, and little cheeks. It's really cute. I love it. It's really freaking cute. Okay, so our macarons are all decorated and ready to go. It looks so cute with the little tails and the little faces. Our oven is preheated to 300 degrees and we're just gonna pop them in and they cook for 15 minutes. While we wait for those to cook, we're gonna make our dark chocolate ganache to fill our macarons. Here's our cream. We put it in the pot and we turn it on to simmer. Ooh, so thick. I love it. While that's simmering, we're gonna take our chopped chocolate and we're gonna just slide it into this bowl here. The pieces should be chopped small, sort of even. So they're small and sort of even. Got a nice simmer going. Now all you do is you pour your cream over your chocolate. Looks delicious. And then you let it sit for 3 minutes. So I think what's gonna happen is the hot cream will melt the chocolate. Let's find out. Okay, so it has been 3 minutes, and what Kim Joy says to do is stir our chocolate and cream together, and that the chocolate should be completely melted, and that is true. We did it! Chocolate ganache. So the next thing we do is we take this powdered sugar and we stir that in. It will probably thicken it right up. It's not as smooth as it probably should be. I need Kim Joy to watch these videos and tell me what it is I'm doing wrong. Maybe if we use something a little denser, it'll stir together better. Looks like the answer is no, but that's okay. It does look pretty good. So good. Maybe because I love chocolate, but it tastes great. Enough eating it. So now we just cover it with plastic wrap till it becomes room temperature. While the macarons are cooling, we are going to whip our ganache. Kim Joy says to get it to room temperature, and then she says to just take your whisk and whisk it until it lightens in color and becomes a good piping consistency. It's a little hard and pretty dark now. Let's give it a whisk and see how it goes. I don't know what it's supposed to look like. I don't know. It looks kind of good to me. It's lighter in color. I think it will still be able to pipe it. Let's do a scoop and scrape. It's a little thicker than frosting, which I think perhaps that's how it's supposed to be. It looks awesome, actually. It looks great. So much chocolate. Here is our dark chocolate ganache filling for our cat macarons. We have our macarons. Let's see if we can get them off of the tray onto this tray for decorating. Oh, it's cracking. Oh. Okay, here's the bottom. Here's the little kitty cat butt. Oh, this one broke. Dang it, but let's try it. You know, it tastes pretty good. Oh my God, look how cute. This is so cute. Very delicate. I don't know why they sort of stuck. If you know, please tell me in the comments. I'm actually pretty proud of our macarons. Okay, now, what does Kim Joy say? Kim Joy just says, and then filling. And here we go. We're gonna put the ganache on the butt. I think just like a nice little swirl. Take our little face and gently put them together. You guys, I'm really excited. I can't believe it works. It's really cool. It's so cute. I think we're gonna put the ganache down so that we make sure we use all of it. And I think that this like circle swirl is a good method, because then you can get it lower without pushing on it to crack the top. That's a pro tip. So Kim Joy did say it would make 20. We got 8. So I guess it is 20 sides. Now what we're gonna do is take our edible food writing pen and we're just gonna add some tiny little details. We're gonna do whiskers, a tiny little mouth, maybe a freckle, we'll see. Gently draw on this cookie. Here's our little kitties. They came out really cute. Here they are from the side, so you can see little army of macarons. I can't believe it. So I'm super excited with how these turned out. I really can't believe what a good looking macaron that is for the very first go. Kim Joy really had some good tips that we followed there. A few things that we learned from making this are, if you had the stand mixer, it would probably be a lot easier and would turn out even more fluffy. But we didn't, and we used what we had here at home, and it actually worked out pretty good. Way better than I thought it was going to, and I think it looks awesome. We also used just plain almond flour instead of ground almonds, and it turned out really good, so it looks like that's a good substitute for that. One tip she does say is they will taste a little better and the texture will be a little nicer if you leave it in the fridge overnight. This is the moment of truth. Let's try one. I don't know who to pick of each of these little friends. I think I'll pick this one because it's a little weird looking, but she's still cute. The front, there's a cat butt. Let's give it a bite and see if it's chewy. You guys, it's really good. It's super chewy, just like a macaron should be. The ganache is so good. Snap on the outside, chewy on the inside. I might have put a little too much chocolate, but that's okay. It's very sweet, but very good. I can't believe that. I feel like all the stars were aligned for us today. I like it and I think it tastes great. Herman, thoughts?
You turned me into a cat and we're never speaking again.
Naturally. It is so good. Kim Joy. There's a reason she's our hero. It tastes great and looks adorable. Bye!
Thanks for watching. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have thumbs, and feel free to subscribe. If you want to see the behind the scenes footage, follow me on Instagram.